good, YouTube? I want to show that a deck profile doesn't always need to be super serious, and so I'm going to do my YCS Minneapolis tournament report about Miss Swamp. So in Miss Swamp is Miss Swamp itself. We talk about Miss Swamp. Things don't come in Miss Swamp and get to do things within Miss Swamp, so I like to make sure Miss Swamp is protected. We got a donkey in Miss Swamp. Of course, Donkey lives here. Donkey likes dragons. We got a lot of critters in Miss Swamp. Just plenty of them. A frog, a raccoon, they're all running around. What's a swamp without a witch? There's two of them. My swamp always seems to be giving me stuff. For some reason, Zeus is running around Miss Swamp, doing things, hanging with the ladies, striking them down. If you're not careful in Miss Swamp, you're falling in holes. It gets stormy in my swamp. It's a little wet, a little windy. Sometimes I get lonely in my swamp, so I bring some friends back. And again, it gets stormy in the swamp. There's always something going on. And finally in the swamp, there's this hairy dude running around telling people you can't do things. So we go on into me swamp a little further. And there's some really weird things in Miss Swamp because Donkey likes to invite the dragons on over. We got some birds in Miss Swamp. We got a ghost in Miss Swamp. Weird things like to live in water in Miss Swamp. We got a bunch of knights in Miss Swamp. These dudes just hop on top of each other. We got a clown in Miss Swamp. We got a hunter in Miss Swamp. I try to drive him off, but he hangs around. We got weird opera ladies in Miss Swamp. Dudes always fighting in Miss Swamp. We got poker in Miss Swamp. A bunch of roaches in Miss Swamp. You can't really help that. We're outside. We got weird alien destruction machines in Miss Swamp. And again, it stays stormy in Miss Swamp. So the build really wasn't optimal, but I had some rough matchups. Round 1, I faced Minerva Turbo. I won really hard game 1, just destroyed him. I was actually sitting next to Blair Hunter. And then game 2 and 3, I just got wrecked really hard. Then we go to round 2. I managed to take that pretty quick. Round 3, I end up facing Mermels, and this is quite the story. So the guy goes, Trishula, Mulan Glacia, 3 cards out of my hand, but I actually kind of mind game for the very first time in a while. So I have my 5 cards, and I have Boombuku Drowning and 3 other cards, and so I actually put Boombuku top and Drowning bottom when he hits the first 2 with Mulan Glacia, and he hits 2 middles. And so then I shuffle my hand again, and when he finally does the third one, the Trish, and I do it again. I put them both to the side, he hits a middle again, and I get to keep Boombuku Drowning. And so he has Trish, Mulan Glacia, Abyss Gaios, Dweller powered up, and a Megalo with a scale. All 5 monsters, spent his entire hand to do this. So I draw Nekomata, put it in the scale, destroy his Abyss scale, summon my Boombuku effect, Abyss Gaios negates, set Drowning, and so I give him no reason to turn the Megalo to defense, you know? So he draws, attacks into Drowning, and I'm actually able to come back in the stool. So I was able to drown the most powerful water monsters in the game thanks to this. Then we go into my next round. I lose to Metal Foes 2-0. I face Domain Monarchs. I'm able to get it 2-1. I face 8 different matchups day 1. It's just so diverse right now. It's really unable to handle everything. So I'm already 2 losses, 3 wins here. I face just a plethora of decks. I face the Magispector Mirror match. This is, I believe, round 7. He's playing ties, and it's actually a really good match. It's the guy that, here, I'm going to turn the camera up here. So I face the guy that I actually face in Chicago in the feature match that they didn't upload, and I managed to get it 2-1 in time. Really good. I didn't win because of time. I'm able to actually beat him in time. So that was pretty interesting. And Then we go ahead and go to the final round, and I face a Blue Eyes player. It goes to game 3. We're on the bubble here to make day 2, and he gets it over me. He's actually playing Billy's build. He's watched the channel. He got all the combos from the channel. He's playing the Morphage Goliath, and so I kind of lose to my channel. It was a little frustrating, a little bit. But that's why I do it. I actually prefer to do this over play. So this weekend, I am live streaming the Houston Regionals on Twitch, and we will also be recording feature matches for the channel. If you would like to support the live show, there are options below to be able to do so with the Patreon. But this is Swamp, and I just wanted to show you don't always have to do the Tournament Report Super Series when a lot of people already know what all the cards do. So I just kind of enjoyed doing that, and I've been sick this past week since Minneapolis. Billy's a little sick too, but there's just really funny things to say about this deck too. Like Billy had said, I remember when the only cards that couldn't be destroyed or targeted by card effects were the God cards. It just made me laugh. So this is Swamp. That's what I'm going to call this deck. It's not too much different. There's not too much spice. You're maining Secret Villages and Triple Pendulum Reborn. But I just wanted to show that there are more fun ways to do deck profiles. Hit that like button if you would like to see more tournament reports like this and me talking about my tournament experience, because a lot of people have asked for me to, even though I kind of scrub out and bubble a lot. Like, I believe my entire year has been, I've made it pretty far in my tournaments. I was able to day 2 Atlanta in contention. I was able to day 2 and got a feature match at Providence in contention. I bubbled this. I believe I lost round 7 in Houston out of contention. So I'm doing pretty well, but I'm just not playing enough to be able to really go the extra distance, I feel like. I end up losing to myself at certain points. But being able to do the channel, I get to see a lot of game theory, so I do need to practice playing more. But again, like this weekend, I will be streaming the tournament. So I have the knowledge, it's just the application is harder when you're doing all these things and taking all the time to do these. But I love doing this channel, and I love you guys, so anybody who can support, please help out below. I would appreciate it. And, I mean, 4G is going to cost me $80 a month, and after fees on Patreon, it's probably about $100. But, people have been begging for this kind of coverage for a very long time. So, I implore you, if you have it in you, please help out. And I hope you enjoyed this profile and tournament report. Thanks for watching, guys.
Be sure to subscribe, like the video if you enjoyed it, and check out some of these other videos that you can click on.